Hi, Mark Bruno with Printing News and PrintingNews.com, here again at Graph Expo Day 2. And joining us now is Eric Wiesner from HP. And I'm going to look at your new business card to get the title right.
Good.
He's VP and GM of HP's new page-wide web press division.
Yeah, you got it right.
That's the new rebranding,
Right.
so awesome. So let's talk, Eric, a little bit about production inkjet.
Sure.
And you tell me if you agree. I mean, some people would say this is a technology that's still in its infancy and it's fledgling. I don't know that I would agree with that. I don't know if you agree with that. Tell me what your take is on it.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think the answer is it depends a little bit on the market, obviously, and I would also say it depends on the region in the world that we're working in, right? So let's just start with transaction and trans-promo. It's pretty clear that inkjet is the winner and has been growing and actually even displacing toner type business and so forth. So I would say that one is maturing fairly well and is continuing to grow. When you get up into the direct mail and commercial printing, what I've noticed actually over the last probably year is that, especially on the commercial printing side, there's been this tip towards inkjet kind of taking that market. And I think it's because inkjet has become more capable in delivering the type of quality that's required and even media flexibility that's required to win in that market. So I see general commercial, probably bigger in Europe than in the US and Asia at this time, but I definitely see that growing quite nicely. Publishing is a very exciting space because right now a lot of it is on offset, but with our customer set, we're seeing a very strong move now to go to digital and to use inkjet in that market. Still in its infancy in terms of how many pages of publishing are produced with inkjet, but growing quite nicely, and I think we're seeing very nice growth in our area.
In a customer context then, when we talk about early adopters,
yes.
So it sounds like what you're saying is that in the transaction space and trans-promo print, not so much early adopters anymore.
No,
It's
not
established,
early adopters anymore.
but more so in the graphic arts space.
Yes.
Yes. So there are early adopters there.
Sure.
Okay. So I just want to make sure I'm tracking with what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
that's what I would say.
in terms of the value proposition of inkjet and production inkjet, speak to us from that perspective, both compared to offset as well as the toner-based digital printing. How do you guys carve your niche, so to speak?
Yes. Well, what I'll do is I'll speak from our value proposition of inkjet that we're trying to deliver, and we actually are delivering. It's three-pronged. Any type of value proposition is always going to have a performance at a certain cost sort of ratio. So on the performance side, we have three major areas that we focus on. The first one is enabling the print and image quality, and that's something that some of our announcers, that we'll talk about in a minute, are doing, is increase the print quality in order to match offset in whatever market offset is in. The second major category is productivity. Our customers really want productivity, and that's something that HP delivers better than anybody. We have the highest duty cycle machines out there. We have the highest productivity in the spaces that we play in out there too. So productivity is a very big one. And then the last one, which I think is an area that I'm adding more focus on with the page-wide web press for HP, is in the versatility. What you need to be able to do versus offset is increase the number of applications that inkjet can cover. Right now, if it can only cover a few, well, that's not going to be very powerful, and it's not going to move pages from the offset business over to inkjet. And what we're working on is adding a lot more versatility. That versatility has to do with media breadth, so to speak, and also other workflow solutions, front end and back end workflow solutions that add versatility. And I would even add configurability. Most of our customers want to configure in a way that works for them, and this is another area of focus for us, is to enable them to have more configurability.
Yes. We've talked quite a bit about media today with in terms of inkjet, obviously.
Sure.
As more inkjet presses come online, and printers, commercial print firms in particular, think about making the investment, what are the types of things that you think, or that HP thinks they should be looking at as they evaluate, a capital investment? What would you advise?
I think it's a really good question. What we see is now two different types of customers. We see customers who are in it for the very long term and understand what it takes over time in order to win in the business, those are the customers that our value proposition works extremely well with, because what they see is a strategy when you buy an HP piece of equipment and the total solution, that we protect their asset by constantly upgrading that asset. Whereas the competition quite often will do what is called a forklift sort of upgrade, where they put out a machine. It tends to be a lot cheaper, it tends to have a lower duty cycle, but it may be immediately affordable for them, and it may only last a couple of years before they need another one. Those type of customers are a little more difficult for us to play, because what I would say to them is, hey folks, if you are in it for the long term, you need to do the math a little bit further out than 1 or 2 years.
Right.
Because you want an asset. We're selling businesses when we sell our presses. We're selling whole businesses. And what we want is for them to look at it as a business that they're getting from us.
Okay, makes sense. This week at the show, I'm going to look at my notes here for a minute because I want to get these models right.
Sure.
HP introduced the T470 HD and the T480 HD, and these are color page-wide web presses.
Yes.
As well as new priming solutions.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about these new models and what they offer.
Sure. Back in February this year, we announced a technology upgrade. Once again, we've done multiple since we've came out of the lab, basically. And that upgrade was called High Definition Nozzle Architecture, or HDNA just for short. And the idea around that was, again, to add better image quality and better productivity for the market. The priming adds the versatility. So what we are now doing is we're taking that technology that we announced and we're rolling it into our portfolio. We decided to take what we call the heavy end first, the 42-inch product called the 4XX series, or T4XX series. And we're now coming from the 410, which is what we have today, to the 470 and the 480. And that'll have the new HDNA technology on there, which is a dual drop weight technology that adds, beautiful sharp text, fine lines, great shadow detail, transitions, smooth color mono transitions, and we're putting that now into the 400 series. And then we've also provided 2 print modes, a normal productivity print mode, which is the same quality on the 480 at a 33% increase from 600 feet per minute to 800 feet per minute. And then on the 470, we left it at 600 feet per minute. But now we're offering a quality mode, that high definition nozzle architecture can really shine, and that's at 400 feet per minute.
Okay.
So we're handling all the image quality at high productivity, those 2 foundational value proposition, performance value propositions I just talked about. On the third one though, we also know that you cannot add applications unless you have more media breadth. Now, HP has been in the media business for a long time. We provided media coatings to the world for inkjet coated medias. We have a nice portfolio, over 300 medias. But what we found was that the customers also, especially in environments where they already had offset, they wanted to use their offset media, not necessarily buy inkjet media. Inkjet media honestly has not come down in price like we were hoping it would. So we decided to offer duplex priming, both on the 42-inch and then in the future on the 20-inch products. That enables a very broad range of coated media to be used. So now once again we've hit our image quality, our productivity, and our versatility of applications through our priming.
And when are these new models
to be available for
due to
ordering
become
and so
commercially
forth.
available?
So on the priming side, that'll go first. We're taking orders for priming in the October timeframe, both for the 42, 30-inch and also the 20-inch space. We're taking orders. We're running betas right now on the 42-inch space, going very nicely. A beta will start soon on the 20-inch side. So that's starting out. Roughly in the mid of the year, we will offer the T470 and the T480 with HDNA. You can decide to bundle priming in with that. You can have it as inline, nearline, whichever way you want. That's the plan.
So mid-2016.
Mid-2016.
So HDNA is becoming a reality.
It's a reality, and it's cool. We have samples in the booth if you want to take a look at them.
I would love to, yes.
Bottom line, the feedback we've gotten from our customers, it is the best inkjet quality they have seen, especially at this productivity level.
I'm going to come over and take a look, and we appreciate you giving us a little background and sharing some time with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.